So, how can you do remote usability testing with Zoom or Teams? So, how can you do remote usability testing with Zoom or Teams? Now, if you're in the experience design work like me, this is a familiar thing that you'd be doing. It's called usability testing. And usability testing is the practice of testing how easy a design is to use with a group of users, usually observing them as they try to complete tasks uh, to be done for different types of designs. So, for instance, I can show them, for instance, I can tell them to go to a certain website or an app and then have them do a task. For instance, let's say you want your user to go to Shopee. You would go to Shopee and observe them and give them a task. And for an example of a task is shop for a digital weighing scale in Shopee. That's your task. And what you're going to do is you're going to observe how they do it and are they able to accomplish it? Are they able to complete it? That's an example of a usability test. And you can read more about it. We'll talk more about it tomorrow. Normally, you would use an app like lookback.io or user testing. So these are tools that allow you to do remote usability testing. I've tried Lookback, but I had a couple of issues when I tried Lookback before. Um, some of my recordings were not saved, so it was very such a hassle. User testing is another tool, but I believe it is quite pricey, and for a lot of those in the Philippine market, it might be too pricey for you. So how would you do it? No, this is what I've seen uh, local agencies do it. They invite them in Zoom or in MS Teams, and after they've made their research plan, they run the script, they read it, they do the usability testing, and what they do is they share access to the screen, ask the users to download the app like Zoom or Teams, and then give them access and let them share their screen. So basically, share your screen. It's like you presenting your screen. Share your screen. However, however, there is Zoom and Teams actually can do this. Allows you remote control. There's a feature in Zoom that allows you to remote control, to share control of whatever is in your screen. You can share control of whatever is in your screen using Zoom or Teams. Okay. In Teams, I believe you can do it if you're using a Microsoft product. In Zoom, you can do it with anything. So what would happen is you would need to allow in your settings. One of your settings is to allow remote control. So you have to go to your website first, turn on remote control settings, and you would see an icon when you are conducting a usability test. You would see this icon. If you'd like, so what would happen is you can share your screen, show this icon, you'll see this icon, and you can turn on usability test. How would that look like? Um, Here's an example. You can use search Google for this. Um, so there is that button there. So here's an example. The screen is being shared. This is in YouTube. Just full screen. Someone is sharing, and there's that remote control, and you can share control to another user. You can share the control to another user. When you're sharing control to another user, for in this case, the user's name is Aaron. Uh, you can give them access to whatever you're looking at. Excuse me. So that's how you can do it in um, Zoom. You can pretty much do the same thing in Teams. Okay? So you can do this, try this out when you're doing your usability testing, and it's one of the questions that is asked in our chat in in UX Philippines. Okay, try that out. So this has been another episode of our daily learning UX sessions. Um, we are already in episode 8 of our daily UX episodes. I'm Ellie. And this is what I do. I do daily usability testing. I do experience design sessions, teaching experience design, and this I just wanted to go through this because this was a common question that is asked today, especially the COVID pandemic. So again, how do you do remote usability testing? If you don't want to try out, pay for look back or user testing, you can just do Zoom or Teams. In Teams, you have to turn it on in your settings here. Allow remote control in your personal settings first. Then when you turn on your Zoom meeting, you have an option to you see this icon, remote control, and you will give access to participant. And this is how it looks like in example. You can you will see it floating, the floating control bar for. So for instance, you can share your screen. It's an example, sharing your screen, and then you can click on that remote control button. You just allow give mouse keyboard control to that person. Okay, so you try it out and see if it works for you. To be honest, we've done this a couple of times already. Um, for me, I use Teams in my office, so I use more often than not. When we're doing our testing, we do it internally first to remote to our sister companies, and we identify certain users in our sister companies, especially for internal apps, and we basically tell them to access this page, turn on your um, turn on screen sharing, and then access. An alternative is to do this remote control, right? Okay. So that's it for today's session. Hope you found this useful. Um, and you can do your usability testing. I'm Ellie, I'm a customer experience manager in large digital transformation office in a large conglomerate and the founder of a local design community with around 5,000 members. I do these sessions every day between 6:30 to 7:30 to teach about doing experience design. When I talk about experience design, I mean user experience and customer experience design. Hope you find this of value. See you again tomorrow. Bye bye.